It was a place no one escaped until they did. June 11, 1962. Three men vanish into the night from America's most secure prison, Alcatraz. Frank Morris, John Anglin, Clarence Anglin. Their plan was daring. Their tools homemade, their fate still unknown. This is the true story of the escape that defied the impossible and the mystery that refuses to die. Alcatraz, a cold, jagged island in the middle of San Francisco Bay. The locals called it the Rock, a maximum security fortress surrounded by icy, relentless currents. This was where the government sent the worst of the worst: bank robbers, mob bosses, repeat escape artists. For nearly 30 years, Alcatraz held an unshakable reputation. Escape was not just unlikely, it was suicide. 36 men had tried. Most were caught. A few were killed. Officially, no one had ever made it to freedom. Guards watched every move. Head counts came every 30 minutes. Behind every wall was steel, and beyond every wall, the ocean waited like a grave. Frank Lee Morris was no ordinary inmate. Orphaned at 11, he grew up hard and fast. He was brilliant, with an IQ of 133, and dangerous. He had already escaped from other prisons before being sent to Alcatraz in 1960. Not long after came two brothers, John and Clarence Anglin. They'd grown up poor part of a family of 14 children, drifting from farm work to petty crime. In 1958, a bank robbery gone wrong landed them behind bars, and eventually on the Rock. Together with another inmate, Alan West, they formed a quiet alliance, and in December 1961, they began planning something no one had ever done successfully: breaking out of Alcatraz. The scheme was as ingenious as it was desperate. Using spoons from the mess hall, bits of scrap metal, and a drill cobbled together from a stolen vacuum cleaner motor, they began cutting through the thick concrete behind their cell vents. Night after night, they worked in silence, the sound of the drill masked by music from the prison's accordion practice hour. By dawn, their progress was hidden by fake vent covers made from cardboard and paint. Behind the cells was a utility corridor, unguarded and unseen. Once inside, they climbed to an unused space above the cell block. It was here, in a hidden workshop, that they prepared for their escape. They stole more than 50 raincoats, sewed them together into a 6-by-14-foot raft, fashioned life vests, shaped paddles from scrap wood. They even built a hand pump out of a trombone mouthpiece to inflate the raft. Every piece of their plan came from stolen time and stolen materials. June 11, 1962. The final head count is done. The prison grows quiet. One by one, the men crawl through the holes in their cells. Alan West can't get through his grill is stuck. He's left behind. Morris and the Anglins move quickly, up the pipes, through the ventilator shaft, onto the roof. The night air is sharp, the metal cold under their hands. They cross the rooftop, slide down the bakery smokestack, and slip past the barbed wire fence. At the island's edge, they inflate the raft. Somewhere out there, the lights of San Francisco shimmer. They push into the dark water and disappear. Morning comes. Guards make their rounds. In Morris's cell, a sleeping head rests on the pillow until the guard touches it and it rolls to the floor. It's a dummy, a head made of plaster, paint, and real hair. The other two beds hold the same grisly decoys. Alcatraz is in chaos. The Coast Guard, FBI, and local police swarm the bay. Search teams comb every inch of shoreline. They find the paddle, pieces of the raft, a homemade life vest, but no men, no bodies, no footprints. For 17 years, the FBI investigated. Their conclusion: the men drowned. The bay's currents, they argued, would have been too strong. Hypothermia would have claimed them within minutes, and there were no reports of stolen cars or break-ins on shore. Case closed, officially, but the whispers never stopped. Sightings in South America, family photos that seemed to show the Anglin brothers alive years later, And in 2018, a letter claiming to be from John Anglin himself. It read, "We all made it that night. Barely. Tests were inconclusive. The U.S. Marshals remain skeptical, but they still keep the case open. Even now, they say, if the men are alive, they'd be in their 90s. Alcatraz closed in 1963, just a year after the escape. Today, it's a tourist site. Visitors peer into the cells where Morris and the Anglins once plotted in silence. They see the dummy heads, the holes in the wall, but the mystery remains. Did they die in the freezing waters of the bay? Or did they make it to freedom and vanish into history? No one knows, and perhaps no one ever will. If you enjoy this video, kindly subscribe our channel, and if any misinformation you found in our video, kindly contact us. Thank you.